Y'all ain't trying to y'all. Oh no! All right, stream's over. Cut it. What's up, y'all? Dark Show TCG here, back with another video, and today I got for you my BY Luffy deck breakdown list guide thingy, whatchamacallit, whatever you guys call it. It's another video of one of the PRB leaders, another one of the PRB leaders. It is Black Yellow Luffy, ST13 Luffy. There's a lot of new players here. I'll let you know what this leader does. Per the rules, your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of your deck instead of your hand. So this basically says that if a face-up life card would go to your hand by some effect, it is instead sent to the bottom of the deck. Meaning, if you have a face-up life card, you use Hiyori, or you use Flampe, or you use Zeus, that card just goes to the bottom of your deck, and then you cannot resolve like the second part of the effect, since you technically didn't fulfill the first part and like pay that cost. That's very important. Anyway, the next part of the effect says Dawn ×2, activate main, once per turn. You may discard one card from your hand. If your life is at 0 cards, you may add up to 2 5-cost characters from your hand or trash to your life face up. So essentially, you discard a card and heal 2 lives, but remember, those lives cards are face up, and if you would take that damage, they go to the bottom of the deck. This is very powerful because along with ST13, he had like 30 cards printed to help facilitate these. He has a bunch of the baby versions of the 3 brothers, being Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, and all of the babies say, hey, trash me, look at your top life card. If it is the adult version of me, you play it from life onto the board, and then your leader gets plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's turn. So this BY Luffy leader was like one of the premier leaders during his format. Just being able to go to like a 9K leader and toolbox out a bunch of the other adults who did various things. Your mainstay was like this Punch Luffy, this Sabo, and then like there weren't really any ace cards that you wanted to play. People really experimented like the Rush Ace every now and then, but primarily it was just a whole bunch of Luffy's, Sabos, and Gecko Morias that brought back the babies, and then you'll just like infinitely hand loop, you know, this leader until you just ran out of cards, which was very rare that you'd run out of cards before your opponent died, because you had a board that couldn't be KO'd. You had a hand full of 2Ks. You had this like 8K power unit, and then you had like a 9K offensive and defensive leader. So it was just very hard to like get over and kill this leader, and he was a very prominent threat in the meta for a while. Until they banned Gecko Moria, and then this leader kind of fell off the face of the earth because he had no way to go infinite with these babies who hit the trash. But now it's kind of back, because in PRB02 we got this Ace who, if you have a face-up life card, you get to play one of the babies from trash. So this Ace sort of does what Gecko Moria did, but instead of playing both babies, it plays one. And this Ace also kind of requires you to have a baby, like the baby Ace, in hand or in trash. It's a lot more restrictive than Gecko Moria, for a good reason, because we saw what that card did. But he is sort of the reason as to why this deck is, you know, you can consider picking up and playing this deck again. I know people have been playing it at like the local level and testing it, and have been doing pretty well with it. But if it's in contention for like regional level play again, I don't think this Ace will change that, because the East has had, you know, PRB2 and this Ace for a while, and then this leader wasn't really doing much over there. Granted, they were still in like the tier 0 UP Luffy format, and you know that deck just plays a whole bunch of 9K units in pudding, and it's another slow deck that can starve this leader. So it is just like this leader's worst matchup. Even though we're still not like in a tier 0 Luffy leader format, this leader still just has a lot of unfavorable matchups right now, that being like Rayleigh, who has an unblockable event and can just like stack himself up to 22K sometimes. Any of the green decks that are good right now being Bonnie. Bonnie was always this bad matchup for this leader, and I think it gets exacerbated with like, you know, Bonnie just having better cards now. Green Purple Luffy's really good into this leader. Green Zoro's really insane into this leader, because the blockers don't matter, and you know, we just get to keep attacking you and hitting your board and attacking you and getting those cards out your hand. So I don't think this leader has like the best matchup spread now. He probably does pretty decently into Rogue. But I'm really just making this video, you know, for you BY enthusiasts, giving you guys a little hope to play this leader. After testing it, the Kuzan didn't feel super strong in conjunction with this Luffy. I think I would probably just like cut this Kuzan and play like a Shirahoshi, the 4-drop Shirahoshi. Just to like get some easier cost reduction, and it is a blocker, so like you would play this and then like do your like combos and stuff like that and kill like an 8 costed unit. But black KO isn't super strong right now. If there really are threats you need to out with this, like, yeah, you can spend a turn doing it, but another thing is like you also don't have Gecko Moria playing this, because people would like play Gecko Moria, play a baby, and then like play Shirahoshi as well, and that would get rid of things, and that would be super annoying to go against. But once again, without Moria, this deck isn't really doing all of that obnoxious stuff. But that's just what I would take out. Or maybe, you know, we just take the Kuzan out and then put in 1 and 1 more of these Sabos, or like 1 more Sabo, 1 more Ace. Another new card that we got for this deck was this OP12 Blocker Sabo. If you have Fearless life cards, he gains Blocker, and then on play you take a life and then you draw 2 trash 1 card. So this does some hand filtering as well, but it doesn't give like your board that you know, unKOable status. I still think the deck can still do what it did previously at its core, which is just like looping the brothers and getting a bunch of value and making your leader pretty hard to swing into. However, I think against the right decks, this guy just doesn't hold a candle to them. He still was pretty fun to play. I got excited to like play and build him again just to try out the new stuff, and it definitely feels balanced, like a balanced version of this leader, which, you know, I'm happy that you guys are still able to play your leader if you guys wanted to. But I don't think he's just super viable. He still is a pretty fun leader to play, and I will say he is a very complex leader to play as well. This is like the hardest leader I've ever played in this card game. So it's very rewarding to those players who like to like stem out and do a whole bunch of combos. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be it for the deck profile, guys. Let me know what you would change in this deck list, if you do have any changes, or what you would run instead, and, you know, share some tech with me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the game today. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. See you later, guys. All right, first game up against Blue Purple Sanji. Yeah, this hand is kind of a keep just because we have like Hiyori and the things. However, we're missing Searchers. But we have like the Luffy combo, right? I'm just testing Kuzan right now in this list. My opponent searches the 3-drop Sanji from Crash's Wedding. The swing 7, we always take this life. I'm really debating, should I just like do Hiyori and combo and stuff? But I think we just settle on the Kuzan anyway. Yeah. Because like we can just do it next turn, right? And if we see the other Luffy, the Luffy that KOs with 4 or less, then, you know, yeah. And then they bottom their, they throw away the 3000 world. So instead of like removing this Kuzan, they establish the Rosinante. So it is what it is. We'll take another life. Let's searching Garp for the Rocket Luffy. No Rocket Luffy, however, we do need this big ace and the baby Sabo, but we'll see. You'll see either one of them soon enough. So we're gonna Hiyori, take our bottom life. I'm psychic. I knew that Luffy was there. I'm kidding. We got lucky, saw the Luffy, so now we get to like remove this Rosinante. And now we're going to swing 6, 7. Just, you know, 6 or 7. I'm sorry, 6 and 7 at this guy. Hand check him a little bit. Get rid of the Rosinante. Now we just swing that 7. Yeah, our leader's ability is about to be active. If they hit us, they hit us. If they don't, we activate it anyway with either the Punch Luffy or a Zeus or a Hiyori into another baby. Yeah, so they draw Jet Culverin, which only does 3s. We like the counter in our hand, so just like let the Kuzan go. And then we like did the math, like we can protect the Kuzan, but he could probably just like Culverin and return it back to our hand after we give him counter. So we just let it go because it wouldn't have been able to remove the Reiju anyway. And then Zeus doesn't do original cost. Yeah, so we can't just do Hiyori into a baby. I'm sorry, Hiyori into an adult, do the baby. Be careful with this ace because the ace requires face up life to get his on play. I'm not sure if I make that mistake in this game. I was recording a few games. Like, this deck is super difficult to play if you aren't like aware of a lot of like micro things. And even though I'm not like that, but it's like my 5th time ever playing this leader. So yeah, we end up doing the Hiyori play. Take life. Put the ace there. Oh yeah, I think we misplay. I think we realized it too, like after. Yeah. Why ace no effect? We need a face up life. It's fine though. What I should have done was put the Luffy there and then done leader ability with the ace after. But it's fine. We're still gonna get the Luffy anyway. Yeah. And then the reason why I didn't like put the punch Luffy on top was because I didn't want to like use his effect and go back and like bottom that punch Luffy out the life. So, but yeah, you can make the argument to like, if I did the ace correctly, I think I go to 0 here and then I get all of my guys out, right? Because yeah, I put the punch Luffy with the Hiyori, play it, empty my life, use leader effect. I put ace and like maybe another punch. Yeah, I do ace and like another punch Luffy, and then I'm at 0 life on my 9k, but my board is like, I think I activate 3 babies. I'm an 11k, and then my board is like 2 8ks and a 7k, and my opponent is just not having a good time. So yeah, they got Boof Burst off of Pudding, played Sanji. They're gonna use Luffy's Demand, add a card to their hand. Waiting on my opponent, and then they decide to play another Sanji. And they can't really like swing. Yeah. There's no point in trying to remove this Reiju. I don't have any cost reduction. There's no point in like doing Zeus plays. Another thing about this leader is that Zeus, you can't like KO anything, or not KO anything, because your leader says per the rules, the cards, face up cards, go to the bottom of the deck instead of like the hand or the grave, or not the grave, but instead of going to the hand. You can't like pay Zeus's cost. Anyway, we're counter checking the Sanji with like 7s. So he gave me a counter for this Reiju, and he gave me a Conqueror. He has no Dawn up. So yeah, we're gonna get this Luffy out. Activate him. Swinging like a 9 at him. I think we can just like use leader ability. Do we have Rush Ace and Trash? Yeah, we trash the adults. Yeah, that Luffy is the only adults in trash. Like another misplay, not checking the trash for more adults, not filling up more adults in the trash. I could have put the Rush Luffy in trash as well. Or not the Rush Luffy, the Rocket Luffy in trash by KOing a Pudding. You know, but my opponent took a 6k swing or a 7k swing and then died to like the 9k swing. So it is what it is. Just be very careful and very cognizant of what you do on this deck. Next game. Yeah, all right. Next game up against BY Ace, another leader from this starter deck. We decided to mulligan the first hand, go second. Or do we keep this hand? Yeah, no, we kept this hand. We have like activators, searchers. This is everything you ever want, right? Like the Hiyori and the Flamper, like activators for your leader ability to get you to 0 life. Searches help you find your big brothers and your little brothers. It finds all the brothers for you. To the opponent whiffed on their search. I'm only running 2 aces in this deck, so I'll take one of them, and I'll find like the baby ace later. Here, I think it's probably the Luffy, because that's like 2 aces that we've seen, but we have a bunch of activators, so we just need to see another ace like in our trash or somewhere. And then like that also means like we can Hiyori, just Hiyori Luffy next turn. Our opponent does another search with that Whitebeard Pirates event. That event searches only Whitebeard Pirates or Luffy's. So ideally it would search your ace, since it is a Whitebeard Pirate. But I feel like if you're playing that search, you may as well just be running the 3 brothers, because at that point you're checking top 5. So yeah. Yeah, so now we get the Luffy out. Buff me. I don't want to go to like 0-2 quickly. At least for like another 2 turns. So that's why I didn't, you know, do that. Yeah, so they do ace, take their bottom life, Zeus my Luffy. They don't have enough Dawn to play a baby. They'll swing at me, we'll take it. We have an activator in hand. Like in Flampe. I think we can Flampe in like double ace here, or like ace Luffy here. Maybe look for a blocker. Yeah, it's looking like ace Luffy here. Actually, that gets really wrecked by Grav Blade. Putting 2 brothers here gets really wrecked by Grav Blade. And I think I was playing around the Grav Blade here. So we're probably just gonna like set up life and just play 1 brother. Right? Yeah. So we put Luffy at the bottom. Put Rush Ace. Okay, yeah, so we do the Rush Ace line. Yeah, I like this line a lot. We do Rush Ace. Gain the power. Attach 1 to him. And just hit him for like 8-9. Get 2 2Ks out. Yeah, instead of playing like super crazy in the Grav Blade and playing 2 brothers, we just get 1 out, but it's like the rush body. Yeah, so my opponent finds ace from the top of their deck after using leader ability. Oh, and then they just concede. I guess they have like an activator and stuff like that in hand. Like Viola to flip it down, even a pudding later, some other aces and stuff. But I guess they just drew too many aces and we're missing a lot. But like they also just kind of die if they don't play a blocker. So it's like they have the life, but the life goes to the like bottom of the deck at the end of the turn. They could have done like ace and then like Viola, flip her down, and then I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. Okay, my opponent plays the Nami. Reveals OP10 Sanji. That's the I think the Punk Hazard Sanji, the 3 cost. Here we're just gonna double search her. What do we got? Grabbing a Sabo. Yeah, we need a Sabo because we have Ace Luffy. We have a baby Sabo. Now we just need an adult Sabo. Probably take another baby Ace. Because to my knowledge, I was thinking about really taking this Punch Luffy, but I already have one. So yeah, we'll just take another Ace. The reason why I took the baby Ace is because it's like, to my knowledge, that's like the only way I can like play out that 5 cost Ace from life. The Moria Ace. So I don't know, like the Revive Ace. If you got any veteran or seasoned BY players, if you found the lines to like not need that ace in hand to play the Revive Ace, let me know in the comments. But right now I gotta keep these things in the tuck. Like maybe you can like hard cast the ace and like have a face up life and then, you know, play the baby from trash. But if he's already in life, I think like the only way to get him out is like either chain another one from hand, like another adult ace from hand, or like have the baby. It's like, I think that in and of itself is a new line. Yeah, this guy took like a whole minute to figure out if he was gonna take the life or not. Yeah, he took the life, and then we just jam in for a 6. I don't have any activators. My hand is all brothers, so we just jam 6, get a 2K. And I see he's starving me, so he has some experience with the BY leader. Shout out to veteran player. But I got a Rocket Luffy. Unfortunately, we have no way to put him in life, and then we're like too like high life total for it to matter. But we're just gonna drop our Punch Luffy down next turn. Yeah. Drop the Punch Luffy, mill the life, draw a card. We found our Sabo. It was at the cost of a search event, but that's cool. Go 6 into him. He'll take. Debating on a trigger. Even if it is a Mulligan, our Luffy's an 8K, not a 7K, so Mulligan won't do anything. Granted, I should have just like swung 6 and then played a Luffy for like after, but it's fine. That Law card I think would be super strong in the Sanji deck since it doesn't have any on play, so it would get the rush. But since our opponent's using the Star of Us, it kind of doesn't matter. No activators still. Gonna mill the life, draw a searcher. I was hoping to draw an activator. Mainly a Hiyori or a Zeus. But we can just hard play the Luffy now that we like are down to 2 life and get rid of the blocker. And then like swing for some decent numbers. Now we drew the Hiyori. I don't think it's worth to do much. Maybe we can play like the Sabo out. Yeah, but we just don't end up doing it. So it looks like we're just gonna swing 7, 8, or 7, 9. Yeah, I like 7, 9. Because he took the 7, so now we just push the 9. He either takes or gives us like Rad Beam in a card or 3 cards. Yeah, so he takes. Yeah, so here he pushed life with the Law. We're gonna take. Probably if he goes life again, counter the next hit on life. And then if he goes life again, we take that hit. Searching. Drew our Chopper 2K. Swings 5 at me. We gotta counter this. Yeah, let's put that Sabo in the trap. No, we can put the Garp Searcher because we have all of our brothers. We're like set up. It kind of doesn't matter. It actually might be right just to do the Sabo anyway, because we're gonna need to get him in the trash eventually. Not really, but because leader can play from hand as well. He's gonna swing another 7, and he has like 7 done left. So like, at worst, it's like a 7-9 that's coming at me, or he's swinging 9K with the Nami. But he just did like a Mulligan, and he's leaving up a bunch of Don. Unfortunately, there's no rush ace in our trash. I'm thinking about playing like a 5-drop here. 5-drop ace to be exact. And it's like doing like triple life shenanigans. So like in my head, I can use leader ability, stack 2 lives, play the 5-drop ace to get a life out of onto the board, right? And like use the baby from my hand. And then I'll have like 2 Dawn to play another baby to get like the other life out of my hand, out of my life onto board. And then, you know, so the problem, and I'm thinking like I'll just put like Sabo in life, but I don't think I have enough Sabo babies to facilitate that. I can do like Sabo Ace Luffy, just get all 3 of the brothers, right? But I think I'm just gonna elect to like just double blocker here, and have like an ace, because I can still play like just put the ace in my life because I have aces in hand. So we just play the Sabo blocker. We're gonna use leader ability, trash the ace, put Sabo at the bottom life so he'll end up protecting everything. Put ace at the top life. Using ace from hand. Do my shenanigans. Buff leader. Ace will play the Sabo from hand. Sabo will play the Sabo from life. We'll draw 2 cards, filtering our hand. Trash that in the 1K. Or no, we trash just both the bricks. And then something like 10K at life, 12K at life. Okay, so they use Igloo, buff themselves, minus me, 2K, 1K. Got you. And then I'm a 9K leader with 2 blockers up, 0 life, but I have enough counter for like a Jamblé type effect. I'm gonna like fast forward a little bit because he does take a decent amount of time to decide on his turn. Yeah, so he ends up doing the Jamblé Sanji on Sanji, swings 14K at me. I just give him like 3 2Ks. I think it takes me a while. Okay, no, it doesn't take me a while to respond. Yeah, I'll just give him 3 2Ks, go up to 15. I'm a 9K, he can't attack with anything else. And now he has no Dawn up, no blockers, so we just have math lethal with these 7s. Yeah, give me 2K, 1K. Swing 7. Igloo trigger to buff something, but it doesn't matter because yeah, he just has 2K, 1K in hand. And yeah, that's it. Rest in peace.